are Locked On Rays, your daily Tampa Bay Rays podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello, my name is Kevin Weiss.
I'm Ulises Sembrano.
Host of Locked On Rays, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, the #1 local sports daily podcast network. You can subscribe to Locked On Rays on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and online at fanstreamsports.com. And when you get in your car, tell your smart device to play Locked On Rays. Also, be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Locked On Rays.
Kevin, to begin the show, I think it's fair for me to also have some accountability. Okay. Yesterday, I said Kickham resembled Bradley Cooper when Kickham in no way resembles Bradley Cooper in this universe. So I have to apologize for the expectations I created for some people. That's on me. But if I can defend myself, I had just finished watching Wall-E for the first time. I was very emotional. I was looking at the world in a very different light. So there.
Quite frankly, I don't know where the Bradley Cooper comparison came from. I don't know if you had accidentally Googled the wrong name or something like that.
I don't know.
He does have sort of a movie star look to him. Right? With the long hair. He almost looks like, what's his name? Franco?
That's a
Franco's
better comp.
brother. Dave
That's
Franco?
a better comp. Yeah.
Dave Franco with long hair.
Yeah, that's a better comp. Like, I think Sarah Giberson said he looked like Tarzan if he had come to life.
I'm telling you, he's not a bad-looking guy. I'll tell you that. And his stuff seemed to be working yesterday, too. After
Indeed.
I crapped all over him yesterday by saying, who is this Kickham guy? That's what happens with baseball sometimes. A guy gets called up. Nobody's ever seen him before. It's funny because, first of all, I liked how he and Fleming work quickly, get the ball, throw it, just move on from that. But Kickham, he seemed to have pretty fast arm action, but he was throwing so many breaking balls, so it was really deceptive from that standpoint. But yes, of course, your Tampa Bay Rays lose 4-3 to the Boston Red Sox last night, meaning they've lost their third straight game and fourth of their last 5, falling to 28-16 on the year. Still the best record in the American League. With the win, Boston improves to a piddling 16-29. I just want to see a palindrome. I want to see the Rays finish 40-20 on the year and the Red Sox finish 20-40. But aside from that, Ulises, third straight loss, 4 of last 5. Are you panicking? Are you freaking out? Are you burning down your home right now?
No, but I am upset with my co-host because, buddy, for all that is holy and you love, please stop saying that the opposition is awful. You're killing me, man.
They are, though. The Red Sox are awful.
It's not working. We said after the sweep at Camden Yards, we would take the Orioles seriously. I thought that meant we would take every other team seriously. We got to stop. This has got to stop. I don't care about the record. I don't care about the innings pitched and the strikeout rate. No. They're a professional baseball team over there. We just have to be better than them that night. So enough.
You'll appreciate this. I actually did yesterday put my money where my mouth is. I put some Skittles on the game.
Really? Okay.
But I lost quite a few Skittles, if you know what I'm saying. I did make up some extra Skittles on the Chiefs game, the 10.5. But I can tell you for the rest of the weekend, I will be putting some Skittles on the Rays. I will give you a little proposal here.
Green Skittles? Okay, gotcha.
Yes, green Skittles. You got it. You get the reference there. I will say no more. I think we're in a state that allows that. Either way. Okay. If the Rays don't at least split this series, I will make my best attempt to roll my R's. I'll do the tongue trill for Randy Arozarena, or you can bring up any name or any term you want, and I will give my best rolling R attempt if the Rays don't at least split this series. So if they win 2, I'm in the clear.
You're off the hook. Okay. I'll take it. I will be very upset, and I will make you say trabalenguas. Okay? Trabalenguas is a tongue twister.
Oh my gosh.
Tongue twister. Traba-lenguas.
This weekend, you're just going to be looking up some of the most difficult terms to pronounce. I took 5 years of Spanish throughout high school and middle school. Actually, I think more than that. And let's just say my teachers were not very good because I just know words here and there. I can say basic sentences and things like that. Okay, on this game, do you have any takeaways, anything you want to mention or touch on from this disappointing loss?
The guys are off. It was nice to see Meadows and Lau put something together. I think Meadows got a couple walks. Lau with the big home run. That's nice to see. Maybe they can get going even if it's a loss. Hunter Renfroe, when he gets a hold of one, it's a massive bomb. And then I guess he'll be shut down for the next 2 weeks after this bomb. Look,
Shot at Renfroe.
I mean, look, that's what Renfroe is, unfortunately. I think he's a little bit better than Zunino, but it's what we expected Zunino to be at his best.
Right.
This is not what we expected Renfroe to be.
You know, with this game, the very last pitch of the game,
oof.
Do you think that was a ball or was that a strike against Meadows?
This is me being pretty unbiased. I think I've seen that being called a strike many times. Mm-hmm. So should it be theoretically by the strike zone, the pitch track? Should it be called a ball? Probably. But you have to swing at that. I'm sorry,
you
there's
have
two
to
strikes.
Protect. You at least have to foul it off. And I will say Vasquez did a great frame job on that pitch. But however you want to look at it, if you say, okay, maybe that should have been a ball. There was another situation earlier in the game, right before Devers hit the 2-run home run off Fleming. That should have been an 0-2 count.
Yeah.
But Fleming doesn't get the benefit of a pitch. I hate to argue the balls and strikes and call out home plate umpires and things like that, but you talk about really changing the complexion of a game, of an at-bat.
Of course.
You know,
of course.
Devers, if he's in 0-2 instead of 1-1, he's probably protecting a little bit more, and maybe he doesn't hit that 2-run home run. So, yeah, it was good to see Meadows start to get going. Was good to see Lau and Renfroe and your boy Manny Margot coming through as well multiple times.
But the thing about Meadows in that last at bat, can you say gun shy? Maybe he's not himself, and when he's hot, he will protect. But this one, he's just a little bit gun shy and just says, "No, I can take the walk," or this is not my pitch. I'm not comfortable with this pitch. He was looking for something else. He was thinking too much in his head. You can put it a lot of different ways, but I think Meadows at his best doesn't just look at that pitch.
Right. And we have to remember, this wasn't like a blowout or anything like that. The Rays had an opportunity and really should have won this game. You keep a Red Sox lineup. I've been saying how terrible the Red Sox are. They still have a pretty strong lineup, and to hold them to just 4 runs, and you look at the Red Sox pitching staff on a whole, as bad as they've been this year, you expect to eke out more than 3 runs. I mean, really 5 to 6 would do it. The Rays were so close. They had a man on third. 2 out. Well, Meadows at the plate. I mean,
hasn't that been the story in this 3-game losing streak? Except for the 6-1, which I guess you could say, well, that was an ample, difference there. Right. But the other 2 games, what was it, 5-3 and 4-3?
Yeah.
Those are close games in any book. I mean, so it sucks, obviously, especially when you're so hyped up. We said they had to go 14-8, and they've been going 3-5 in September so far for 40 wins. 14-8. I mean, what? So now they have to go 11-3.
Yeah, that's going to be tough.
That's going to be really
rough. You do
rough.
have the Nationals playing better, the Phillies seemingly playing better as well. You got to get through the Red Sox right now. Also with the Red Sox, this guy named Bobby Dahlback, I think he's going to be a pest for opposing AL East teams for years to come. Yeah. He's got 6 home runs in his first 10 games. He's homered in his last 5 straight games. And that is the most... You talk about central casting out of Departed. Bobby Dahlback? You're telling me guys from Boston aren't going to love saying Bobby Dahlback for he's the next decade?
He's definitely from Southie. He definitely saw Matt Damon. He was an extra in that film as one of the kids,
Yes, he's going to fit in well into the Boston environment, if you will.
Yes.
All right, let's go ahead and move on. Weekend pick.
Yeah.
Weekend pick, the part of the Friday show where we give our choices for who we think will get the most hits for the rest of the series for this weekend. Again, yesterday didn't count. This is whoever will get the most hits Friday, Saturday,
Sunday.
and Sunday. Exactly.
Yeah.
With that, who is your weekend pick?
My weekend pick has to be Manny Margot. I have yet to pick him, so this is my first time picking him. He went 2 for 5 yesterday with a couple stolen bases. He did get caught once, but I'm hoping he gets a good weekend because Cash might have to start using him as the catalyst up there. The bunting, the running. I think you want that guy at the top of the order. He can get some at-bats. So hopefully, while not getting caught again at third, which would be nice, I think he's going to have a good weekend.
I agree. He's a guy that if he just puts the ball in play, no matter where it is, it could be anywhere in the infield. He has a shot to leg it out. And we saw he got a single because Rafael Devers was playing in on him, respecting the bunt. See what happens when a guy shows he can proficiently lay down a bunt? That opens things up for you a little bit.
You taking notes? KK,
probably not.
Did you see that? No.
He's got 10 to 12 million reasons why not to take notes. Manny Margot's playing for a contract here.
And KK has another reason to worry. He's going to have another baby.
Yeah, that is true. And he might be playing in a different market come 2021 or 2022. Let's keep that in mind. That was just a great pickup, I think, because Emilio Pagan is not doing so hot for the San Diego Padres. So I'm really glad. I know he had a slow start to the year and had some personal issues, family issues, adversity, but he's a fun player to watch, and I love what he's bringing to the table. My weekend pick, I wanted to go with one of the big names, one of the big stars, but I thought because you have selected Manny Margot, I will go with one of the more role players types, Joey Wendle. That is my pick. I presume that he's going to be tired of being thrown at and thrown in on and behind, and that he wants to start creating some havoc of his own. Here, let me say this about Joey Wendle. He does crowd the plate with his hands and his elbows. If you notice, he extends them and reaches out, and it's covering like a third of a plate. What can you do? Well, I don't know if that kick-em pitch was on purpose or that slipped out of him. He was probably just trying to throw inside, whatever. But it was Joey Wendle. And you know what? Joey Wendle, I don't think he cares that he gets thrown at. He probably looks at it like, hey, I'm helping the team. I'm on base.
I think he's that guy.
Good for us. Yeah, he is that guy.
But then again, man, you don't want to get hurt, and you're so good that you don't want to be hurt. So, but I don't think that's the first time he's ever experienced this, Joey Wendle. If he has that batting stance for so long, crowding the plate, I'm sure a lot of other pitchers growing up, he got the same message. But I didn't see another pitch like that from Kickham the whole time.
That is true.
So that okay.
Yeah, and you know what? Joey Wendle and the Rays didn't start a fight. They didn't complain and make excuses like the Yankees do. You know, everything, something that goes against them a little bit. Always complaining about lighting and trop turf and being thrown high and inside, things like that. Man, they really, I mean, it's almost impressive that they seem to come up with excuses.
It's amazing.
The dog ate my homework excuses. It's really quite remarkable. Do you think there's ever a time, with as much as Joey Wendle gets brushed at, that he would ever put on like an elbow guard or the protective bat? No, he's going.
No way. He has no batting gloves. Yes. He has no that. He's just let's go play ball.
He just put
some dirt, spit in it.
He is the antithesis of Alex Verdugo with the gold-plated shin guard and elbow guard.
You noticed that too, huh?
Yeah,
he wants
got
people
some
to
flash
notice.
to him. I do like Verdugo's glove. That is a fire glove. The Mexican flag that is
pretty
outlined on his Mizuno glove. I would not mind having a glove like that for sure. Yeah. So those are our picks: Manny Margot and Joey Wendle. We'll see what happens with that. All right, coming up next, we have a name for a player to be named later, plus baseball trivia. But first, we got to tell you about Built Bar, the best tasting protein bar on the planet. The improved Built Bar is more delicious than ever, and they have more options. They have added, believe it or not, 6 new flavors to bring the total up to 18 different options. Those 6 new flavors are caramel brownie, cookies and cream, cherry, lemon almond cheesecake, carrot cake, and Apple Almond Crisp. Here's what you need to know about Built Bars. They're 100% covered in chocolate. They're soft and easy to chew. More importantly, they're healthy. You can use them to lose or maintain weight while indulging in a delicious treat. They're low calorie, low sugar, high protein, high fiber, and great for the keto diet. If you don't believe me, here, I've got a cookies and cream bar right here, and it says 17 grams protein, 130 calories, 4 grams sugar, and just 4 grams net carbs. Go to BuiltBar.com and use promo code LOCKEDON, and that'll get you $10 off your next order. Again, use promo code LOCKEDON for $10 off at BuiltBar.com. Okay, Ulises, we have a name for the player to be named later in the Cubs-Rays Jose Martinez trade. It is Pedro Martinez. No, not the 48-year-old Hall of Fame pitcher Pedro Martinez.
How many times did we hear that joke yesterday? My gosh.
Yeah, it was, it just served up. Yeah. Low-hanging fruit. Pretty easy. But it is a Pedro Martinez. And no, he's not related to the more famous Pedro Martinez, nor is he related to Jose Martinez. But he is from Venezuela, a 19-year-old switch-hitting infielder from Venezuela, already been added to the Rays 60-man player pool. Ulises, does this partially satisfy the loss and the dismay that you experienced with the Rays getting rid of Cafecito to the Cubs, who was then shortly thereafter optioned to the alternate site after starting his career with the Cubs, 0-14?
Couldn't help yourself.
Thank you. I know.
You know what? I guess. I mean,
come on! You love this guy. You are pumped about Pedro Martinez,
bro. You can't. I mean, look. This guy was the number 14 ranked prospect in the Cubs system. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what the Cubs system is ranked as of like 10 days ago?
What is it ranked?
Number 26 out of 30.
Okay.
This is people that are calling this a big victory are not really looking at the big picture. If you're ranked number 14 in the 26th best farm system, or should I say the fourth worst, it not great.
Okay,
right?
Do you know where he fits in the Rays system now?
Yes, I do. I think he fits right behind 20 other guys that play the middle infield.
That is true, but that could be a trade piece in the future. We've got all these switch-hitting middle infielders. Maybe we need some pitching help. Maybe we need some catching help. Maybe we need some outfield help. Maybe we need some corner infield help. That depth, I think, is only going to help you. I'm not going to be mad at the fact that the Rays have versatile switch-hitting infielder types.
No, you can't do that because it's the minor leagues, and so that's where you kind of can make the trades and, mix and match, basically. So, yeah, obviously, I don't mind that. It would be a problem, obviously, if that's your 26-man roster and you got like 12 guys that can only play the second base and shortstop, but that's not the case. Look, I think he has a very high ground ball percentage. I think it's over 60%. High strikeout rate, over 33%. But I think it's stupid to judge a kid who has a year and a half in rookie ball and a few months in low A ball.
Right.
I think right now, if you judge him positively, you're wrong. And if you judge him negatively, you're wrong. The best thing you can do with this kind of kid, because he's a kid, is wait by the sidelines, wait till 2023, see how he has developed, and then go and say, oh, well, that was a good trade, that was a bad trade. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to claim a victory for the front office when the kid's 19 and has never seen a pitcher, maybe throw 95. Like, that makes no sense.
That is fair, but I think, and we have to remember that the Rays still are expected to get either another player to be named later or cash. This isn't just a throwaway. This isn't just a throwaway for Cafecito. This guy,
he's a lotto ticket.
Perhaps, but where was Randy Arozarena ranked in the Rays loaded farm system as of 2 weeks ago? He was ranked 19th. Again, I don't want to get into prospect rankings because it's such. I will say the scouting reports, FanGraphs like him. All these prospect sites like him. They say he has good bat-to-ball skills, line drives from both sides of the plate. He could. They pretty much unanimously say that he could at least be a role player in the majors with plus defender upside. You can't
exactly.
hate on that.
Best case scenario, he's a role player. So again, lotto ticket. He's not a for sure he's gonna make it. He's gonna make an impact. He could make it, and if he does make it, he's gonna see some sort of platoon type of action. Look, I'm rooting for him, countryman. Of course I am, and yes. I'm actually kind of happy that you got a Venezuelan for a Venezuelan. That
Venezuelan bump. If he was from the Dominican Republic, if he was from Cuba, if he was,
I would be saying the same thing. Saying the same thing. Let's
see
how he develops. Look, that's what I'm gonna say. Let's see how he develops. I'm really excited that he's Venezuelan. That's really cool. But I think it's really rather naive for a Rays fan to say this is awesome. We fleeced the Cubs.
Look,
this is awful. The guy is his strikeout rate, his scramble rate is so high. That's stupid. I think the best thing to do is wait a couple years. There's no minor league system to this year. The guy wasn't even in the 60 player pool. What has he been doing in 2020? You don't know. Wait and see. That's my thing.
Man, the Rays love switch hitting middle infield types. You've got
it's
Wander.
A fetish.
You've got Vidal Brujan, Xavier Edwards, Greg Jones, Taylor Walls, now Martinez. Could be onto something there. Could be onto. I mean, you know where I stand with Cafecito and what he did.
New market inefficiency right there.
It is. So you've gotten mad at my calling. Not mad, but you've had issue with me calling Cafecito a part-time DH. How about this? He's a DH. 30 hours a week, no benefits DH. Little more than part-time. By the way, he was optioned so the Cubs could call up Billy Hamilton,
who has like a 55 average.
Yeah, 45 and 22 at-bats. Last year, full season, had a 564 OPS.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
We'll wait and see what else the Rays will get, but looking at, again, everything that we know on paper about Pedro Martinez, I think it's a fair haul for the Rays thus far. I'm not mad about it.
They got a lot of ticket. They got a lot of ticket. Come see Willy Wonka, maybe.
Oh my God! In 6 years, you will be having a Pedro Martinez jersey, a Rays one, not a.
I hope so. Hey, I hope so. If
this
kid develops into the fact that I would buy a jersey, I haven't bought a jersey since I
or
think
a jersey.
2010.
You'll be fiending for an autograph from Pedro Martinez. Also, doppelganger, Bartolo Colon. Tell me Pedro Martinez does not look like Bartolo Colon.
I have to look at a picture. I haven't yet.
Again, Colon's got a little bit of a chubbier face, but I think
this is a skinny Bartolo?
Sort of, but he's got a roundish face. I think it's a closer comparison. Let me say this. I think it's a closer comparison than the Mike Kickham, Bradley Cooper.
I get it. That was a horrible comp. I apologize. I thought we were above this, Kevin. Yeah. We're beyond it.
Let's move on to
Please.
baseball trivia, shall we?
Okay.
I think you're going to like this baseball trivia question. Hopefully that we can agree on. The
Okay.
topic du jour is sprint speed. Looking at the fastest and slowest runners in baseball this year, according to Statcast. So I compiled the fastest and slowest runners by this metric. First, we're going to look at the best runners in baseball, the fastest runners in baseball. There are 21 players who have a sprint speed of at least 29.0 feet per second. The range is 29.0. Perry chiming in.
There you
go. The fastest guy in baseball right now has a sprint speed of 30.7. Wow. So there's 21 guys that fall into that group. I want you to name 3 of those players. But let me put this caveat in there. I can't let you pick any Rays players. I can give you... They've got to be non-Rays players out of this list. And I can tell you right now, Randy Arozarena is number 21 at 29.0.
Reyna.
Oh, sorry. God. Randy Habanero. A-Roz.
Chef Randy.
Is 21 on this list. 29.0 exactly. Kevin Kiermaier, am I pronouncing that correctly? Kiermaier is 10th at 29.3 feet per second. With that in mind, give me 3 players who are in this range.
Byron Buxton.
You would be correct. He is 6th overall at 29.9 feet per second.
Billy Hamilton.
He is not on this list, probably because he hasn't qualified.
Okay. Wow. Avisail Garcia.
Incorrect. He is not on this list.
Man,
I will say there's only like 2 players that are 30 or over, so a lot of young 20s guys. And KK is one of those over 30 players.
Mookie Betts.
Mookie Betts is not on here. Strike 3.
Wow.
I'll give you one more guess. I'll give you.
That was
a foul tip.
Okay.
Think just crazy athletes, maybe.
Whit Merrifield.
That is a good guess. I do not see him on this list. Okay.
Come on.
I will give you Fernando Tatis Jr. That is one guy.
Ugh. Acuna?
Acuna is not on this list either. I will give you...
This is awful.
John Birdie on the Marlins. He is on this list.
Okay.
Okay, I've got to have one other name.
Man, give me a team. I don't know.
Okay, these guys that the Rays have played this year, there's a Washington National on this list.
Robles?
No, it would be
Trey
Turner. There's a lot of National League guys, I will say. I would have thought you'd maybe guess Robert. Maybe
that would have been good.
Adam Engel. The guy who tops this list is Tim LeCastro for the Diamondbacks, 30.7 feet per second.
Wow.
Okay, maybe you'll do better with the slowest guys in baseball.
Okay.
I'll give you a hint. These guys are older. A lot of catchers in this group, first base DH types.
Okay.
I don't see any Rays on this list. Now let me put this information out there. There are 24 players in baseball with a sprint speed lower than 24 feet per second. The slowest player in baseball has a sprint speed of 22 feet per second. So the range goes from 22.0 feet per second to 23.9 feet per second for the slowest guys in baseball. I see 24 names that meet this criteria. I need 3 of those from you, Ulises.
Slow guys that have actually played.
Not Jose Molina. He does not qualify for the list. What I should have done was looked at the slowest guys of all time. That would have been.
There you go. Let's go with Nelson Cruz.
Nelson Cruz. That is a very, very good guess, but he is not on this list. So maybe he might be at 24, or he might be at 24.1 or something like that.
Don't try to make this look better, Kevin. I'm sucking
pandering
today. Yeah. Okay. Old guys that have played enough. Miguel Cabrera.
Yes. Thank you. Miguel Cabrera is 6th slowest in baseball at 23.0. Tied for one of the slowest.
Albert Pujols.
He tops the list. Slowest guy. He gets the award for slowest guy in baseball in terms of sprint speed. The 40-year-old, 22.0 feet per second. So you've got 2 names.
Okay. One more old guy that doesn't really run. Edwin Encarnacion.
Very good guess. I do not see him on this list. You could have catchers,
Catchers.
Not necessarily. They don't necessarily have to be super old catchers, but there's a lot of slow catchers out there.
Robinson Chirinos.
Robinson Chirinos is on this list. 8th slowest at 23.2 feet per second. You want to keep going? You want to redeem yourself and see how many
Wilson Ramos.
Yes, he is on this list.
Oh,
the Mets have a lot of slow guys, I will say that.
Catchers.
Yankees.
Yankees. Ooh, Gary Sanchez.
Yep, he is on this list as well.
Nice.
23.8 feet per second.
Christian Vasquez?
Incorrect.
Oh.
I'll give you one more guess. See if you can get another. I can give you a hint if you want.
Sure.
This guy has an albatross contract. He plays on a team that could somehow sneak into the playoffs. Nobody expected them to.
Nobody expected them to.
And
albatross.
This guy also shares the same name, though not the same spelling, as another guy that's in the big leagues. In the American League. Big power hitting, big old forearms.
Chris Davis?
Yeah, Chris Davis.
Nice.
Let's see. Let me see who else is on. Logan Morrison is second slowest.
Oh, wow.
Yadier Molina, Justin Smoke, Sandy Leon, Ismani Grandal.
See, I did better this way because
yes.
I can relate with these guys. I also have a 15 feet per second.
You can measure guys that are slow but not fast.
Yeah, there you go. They're a blur. They're a blur on the TV screen. These guys, you can actually, they're trying to run.
It probably makes it easier, though, because these guys are like, okay, they've been in baseball for so long now,
exactly.
And okay, who are the guys that are starting to get over the hill?
I feel bad about Tatis, though. Dang. That would have been.
Fernando Tatis Jr.,
Come on.
yeah.
He should be in every tops of every list right now.
That is true. I think at pretty much every ranking, he kind of tops the list there. Let's see. Yeah, Eric Kratz is on this list. Jonas Cespedes, Kurt Suzuki. Okay.
Rays legend Eric Kratz.
Some of the faster guys that were not mentioned by you, Joe Adele, Alberto Mondesi, Trevor Story, Trent Grisham, Nick Senza. Yeah, so a lot of. In fairness, a lot of these guys we haven't seen a lot watching Rays baseball, so I'll give you a pass there.
Thank you. I appreciate the pass.
But there's a lot of aging guys, with the Yankees and teams like that we might have seen more often.
I thought you were going to say Robinson Cano was in the slowest list.
No, he's probably just outside of it.
Yeah.
He
just does enough to not be as slow as Wilson.
Exactly. Just do enough to not be as slow as Chris Davis or Kurt Suzuki or whatever it is. All right. By the way, if you're interested in advertising with the show and promoting your business or organization, shoot us an email at lockedonrays@gmail.com or text the word advertising to 33773. All right, that wraps up this edition of Locked On Rays. Now tell your smart device to play the most recent episode of Locked On Fantasy Baseball. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you on Monday.